Hi everyone and welcome to today's mobility flow. So today I'm going to be using a resistance band for some of the exercises. So if you have one to hand or have a jumper, a scarf, a strap that we can use later, just make sure it's nearby. But we're going to start from standing, so have your feet roughly hip width apart. Hopefully they'll still be in shot. But yeah, just find a comfortable standing position. I'm going to show you from the side. All we're going to do is just drop your chin down. Bit by bit, slowly going to start to trickle down towards the floor. So just taking your time, getting to wherever that bottom point is for you. Good, and it's going to roll yourself back up to standing. Again, have a soft bend through the knees. Do the same again, just roll the shoulders back first, dropping the chin. Bit by bit, slowly rolling down towards the floor. Good, maybe noticing if your weight is shifted back into your heels. Try and keep it in the middle of your foot. Again, just taking a breath in here. And then just bring yourself rolling back up. Stacking through your spine. And again, roll the shoulders back. Drop the chin down, slowly going bit by bit, really releasing any tension through your neck. And rolling back up, good. Keep those shoulders away from your ears. You guys can do one more time like this, so just dropping the chin down. Good, and then it's going to roll yourself back up, pushing through the feet to stack up to standing. Good. So the next thing we're going to start similar. So you're going to roll down through your spine, and then you're going to lift your head up, kind of like a little dolphin wave. You're going to come up back to begin. So maybe just watch the first one. So you're going to drop your head down again, just like we did, allowing the knees to bend. And again, when you get to your bottom part, you're going to think about lifting your chin, having a little arch through your back. Allow that to bring you all the way up to standing, keeping the shoulders open. Find your neutral position again, so pelvis underneath you. And then same thing again, dropping the chin down. It's a nice standard roll down. When you get to your bottom point, think about lifting your chin, having a gentle arch through the back, chest and shoulders open. Finding your neutral position to get the pelvis underneath you. And we're going to go again 2 more times. Nice and slowly. Thinking about that sort of wave or ripple coming up. And just making time for your last one. Good, lifting the chin, opening up the chest. And back to that neutral position underneath. Good, so we'll do one more time just to roll down, but just trying to get yourself to the floor basically. Good, just bring yourself down onto your hands and knees. And we're going to take a few cat and cow positions. You want to make sure your shoulders are over your wrists, your hips are over your knees. I'm just going to take a breath in, lifting up your chest, tilting the pelvis back. And then breathing out, pushing through the hands, curling through your spine, dropping the head down. Same again, breathing in as you lift the chin and chest. Breathing out, tucking your pelvis, curling up to the top. And again, breathing in. And out. Lovely, just one more time. Breathing in as you arch. And breathing out, curling yourself up to the top. Good, then just find that neutral spine to finish off. And then it's going to come to a seated position. So this is where the first exercise is going to need your band or your strap or your scarf for. You can do this in any position with your legs, so on your knees, or you can push your legs over. If you've especially got a band, maybe sort of hold slightly towards the edge. But all we're going to do, keeping the arms as straight as possible, we're going to go forward and backwards, opening out through your chest, all the way around to the back of your hips, if you can. Good. So it depends if you've got an elastic strap, or if you've got a scarf, which is obviously not going to stretch too much. Depends how wide you need your hands to be. You want to try and avoid kind of curling down or bending the elbows. Open up through the chest. Nice. And just take a few times. Again, really try and focus on keeping the arms as straight as possible. You should get a nice little stretch across the front of your chest. Yes, good. Cool. I was going to say one more time like this. Feel free to keep going for longer if you want to. Nice, good. And back. Cool. Okay, next we're going to do it again with your strap or your band. And do a bit of a tricep stretch. We're basically using this to help. Optional to use it or not, but I'm basically going to bend one elbow and I'm holding onto the strap at the top. And I'm just going to use the other hand to kind of pull down slightly on the bottom of your band to increase the stretch. We're looking for a stretch in this part of your arm here. So just from the front to this way. You want to keep the elbows relatively tight in towards your body. And from the back, you can see my hands are like this. So just one thing to watch out for is you're not letting your ribs pop open. Try and keep your ribs down. And you basically want to use that bottom hand to help guide that stretch through the top of your arm. Good. And if you are pretty mobile through your shoulders, you can hold opposite hands and clasp them together at the back. But the band there is got some help, so might as well use it. Good, just hold that stretch for a few seconds longer. Good. Nice, then just gently release, give the shoulders a little roll back if you need to, and then we'll do the other side. So yeah, we're going to bend through the top arm, showing you from the side again. Grab down at a certain point of your scarf or of your band, and then gently begin to pull downwards. Again, remember, watch out for the ribs, try and keep the ribs drawn in. And again, you want to be getting a stretch through the shoulder here and up into your tricep. That's good. I'm just going to hold that. Good, and to breathe, have a little smile if you can. Good. And we're just gently pulling that bottom hand towards the floor. Nice. Amazing. 3, 2, 1. And you're just going to release the hands. Give your shoulders a little bit of a shake off. And we're going to come back onto our hands and knees. So going for a bit of a twist through the torso now. So I'm going to reach one hand up towards the ceiling. And then feed this hand through the gap between my other arm and my legs. And then bring yourself back up again. Breathing in as you reach open. Breathing out, bending through the supporting arm. And just taking one more time, breathing in as you reach up. Breathing out, and then we're going to rest at the bottom. So your head and shoulder are going to drop down. You want to keep your hips up to the ceiling. And then the spare hand can either stay where it is. You can reach it above your head. Or you can think about wrapping around your back towards the opposite hip. But either option, think about this top shoulder. Try not to open up either way. That's good. Feel free to close down your eyes if you want to. Just don't forget to breathe. Good, about 10 more seconds to go. And then I'm just going to bring that hand back down. If you moved it, climb back up onto all fours. And then I'm just going to switch sides. I'm just going to turn around so you can see properly. So starting with a flat back, and then just reaching up towards the ceiling. And then feeding underneath. Good. And again, nice big open up, breathing in. Bend through the elbow, reach that hand. One more time, breathing in as you open. Breathing out, coming to the floor. Resting at the bottom with your head and shoulder on the floor. And again, same thing as before. The spare hand can either stay where it is. You can reach it above your head. Or you can think about going up and over towards the opposite hip. But think, remember the shoulder, you want to keep it opening up to the ceiling. Good, just going to hold about 10 more seconds. And then just bringing the hand back down to the floor if you've moved it. Coming up onto all fours. I'm just going to sit back to our child's pose for a moment. So you can either have the knees completely together or you can open them out to the side. But just send the hips back, reach the hands forward. Allow your head to drop down to the floor. Do this last breath here. And then just slowly roll yourself back up to seated. Right, that's cool. Okay, next we're going to go into a downward dog position. And we're basically going to kind of wave forward through to an upward dog. So again, you may want to have a little look first. We'll do quite a few repetitions of this. But just set your downward dog up. Tuck in the toes, send the hips up to the ceiling. And again, your legs don't have to be straight. Feel free to have a little bend through them, keeping your hips up as high as possible. So from here, I'm going to raise up onto the balls of my feet. I'm going to think about tucking my pelvis and curling forwards, so rounding through my spine. I'm going to drop my hips to the balls of the floor, opening up my chest. So it's in this position, just try and be careful of a few things, not to let your shoulders collapse down, really push off your hands. If you need to, you can drop your knees, but just keep engaging your glutes. So you want to find that sort of arch position, and then just drop the knees down, push off the hands, resetting, and tuck the toes again, hips up. Good, just breathing in, up onto the balls of the feet, tuck your pelvis, curl yourself forward, opening up the chest, drop the knees down when you're ready, hips back towards your heels. We're going to go 2 more times, so hips up, find that stretch through the back of the legs, and then raise onto the balls of your feet, wave forwards, shoulders down from your ears, dropping the knees, hips back, taking the last time through. Again, so maybe having a little moment here to enjoy the stretch. And then lifting up, trying to go really curling forwards. Lifting the head, drop the knees. Sitting back into your child's pose again, just for 3 breaths. Good, and then just rolling yourself up again, back to the beginning. So we're going to take it next into a lunge. So just going to take 1 foot forward to the outside of the hands. Good, and just keeping that back knee just drop down for now. If you want to place a cushion or anything soft underneath it, feel free to go ahead. Good, and then just from here, we've got 2 options. Either just keeping this back knee down like it is, or if you feel comfortable, you're going to tuck through the back toe, lifting up the knee to straighten the leg. I'm just going to take a little rock forwards and backwards, just kind of pushing off your toes. Only going about a few inches, you're not going very far. Nice, just the last few seconds. And then just drop the knee down if you've been up. And then I'm just going to bring the front leg back and switch over to the other side. So finding your lunge. Front knee is quite close to the shoulder. Back knee is just resting on the floor for now. Take a moment here to breathe. Feel a gentle stretch through the front of this hip. Good, and just same as before, we're going to tuck through the toe, lifting up the knee. Also option to keep the back knee down, just hold it. But just take that little rock forward and backwards. Opening up through the hip. Good, and then just dropping that back knee down again if you've lifted it, and then returning the legs back together. Cool, nice. Okay, so next I'm going to do is be lying down. We're going to need our strap again. So we're going to get a bit more into our hamstrings. So what we're going to do is have the band just around 1 foot. You're going to lie yourself down. The other leg can either be bent with a foot on the floor like this, or you can straighten your leg down, whatever feels most comfortable for you. So whether you've got a scarf or a band, just holding down towards the end of it. Again, try and keep it as straight as possible. Don't mind if it has a little bend, and then you just keep that top foot flexed, your toes pointing towards your face. Good, just hold in here. Nice, I'm just going to bend through the knee. And then push the heel back up to the ceiling again. And again, bending through your knee. Pushing the heel back up again. Try and create length through the back of your hamstring. Keeping your hips on the floor. Trying to keep that head down. And again, bending through your knee. And straightening up, good. Good, so one more time. I'm going to bend. And going up. Good, just hold that stretch. Excellent, good. And again, it doesn't matter how high or low your leg is, just try and hold it, whether it's here or it's a bit lower down. And go 3, 2, 1, and just gently release the leg. I'm just going to switch over and do the other side. So remember, this leg can be bent or you can have it straight. But just start by sending this heel up to the ceiling. Good, then we're begin to bend through the knee. Bring the heel towards your hip. Push and then send the heel back up to the ceiling, lengthening through your hamstring. And again, bending through your knee. And lengthening up, good. Good, bending through the knee. Maybe breathing out as you extend the leg. Taking one more time, going through that bend. And then we're holding here for a little bit longer this time. Ideally, the leg as straight as possible. Keeping your shoulders on the floor. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just gently bend through that knee. And you can place the band at the way to the side. Cool, now let's go for a little bit of a glute stretch, just kind of connect the dots. So just crossing one ankle over the top of your thigh. Again, try and keep this foot flexed and this knee pushing away from you that way. Then you want to reach your hands through the gap. Pull your legs in towards you. So you can either grab your hamstring, or if you're able to get onto your shin, you can do that as well. Good, just taking one more breath here. And then we'll simply just release the legs and do the same thing on the other side. So ankle over the thigh, keep this knee the whole time pushing away from you. And then if you can, either grabbing through your hamstrings, or if you're able to get onto your shin, you can do that as well. That's good, just one more moment here. And then releasing the leg, releasing the foot. Bring yourself back up to a seated position. Good. So just going to cross over the legs or find a seated position that feels comfortable for you. So I'm going to basically go for a little side stretch. I'm going to take one hand to the outside of my hip. I'm going to reach up and over through the side. Good, so make sure this hip is properly on the floor. Good, that's it. And I'm just going to bring yourself back up to the top and do the same thing the other way. So placing hand to the outside of your hip, reach up and over, nice big stretch through the side. And again, just making sure this hip is properly pressing down. That's good. Just bringing it back up and do the same thing again. It's a nice big stretch over. Try and think about your shoulders being relaxed and away from your ears. That's good. And then I'm just going to rotate our body so our chest is almost over our knee. These hands is going to drop to the floor. And I want to think about reaching my chest almost past my body. Again, keeping the hips pressed into the ground. And then we're going to open back out to the side again. Bring your body up. Same thing other way, so nice big stretch across to the side. Good. And then rotating your body so your chest is almost over the knee. Keep this hip pushing backwards as you drop the body down. Nice, good. Opening out to the side. Bring yourself back up to the top. Just have to roll those shoulders back, right up into your ears. Nice. Good. Bring your hands to your shoulders. Open out through the elbows. Good. Might get a few little clunks along the way. Good. I'm just going to extend my arms out to the side. I'm going to think about my thumbs kind of initiating all the movement here. So start with your palms facing down to the ceiling in a straight line. My thumbs are going to rotate backwards, so my palms are going to lift up. And then my sort of pinky finger is going to kind of engage a little bit. And you want to take a little kind of arch. So just think about up and over with the back. And your thumb is trying to go round, round, round. And then to reverse that, again, think thumb's going to come up and over. You're going to rotate forward with your shoulders and allow your head to drop down. Keep spiraling through your hands and your arms for a little curl in the top of your body. So just from the side, doing that again. You're going to lift up, rotate the thumbs back. Imagine a little bit like corkscrew effect. Little arch in the body. Keep moving back through your thumbs. And then thumbs coming forwards. A slight curl forward in the body. Keep the hands moving back as far as they can. Just going to do one more time. Rotating open. Gentle arch on top of the body. And then coming forwards. Good, and again, just dropping those shoulders down. Take a few circles again. Good. And then we're just going to finish off a little bit for our necks again. Just going to bring the ear to the shoulder. So I'm going to go right ear to right side. I'm going to reach my left hand away towards the floor. Imagine someone's like really pulling on it. And then going to have your palm up to the ceiling. Good, so just slightly intensify the stretch through your neck. And then just from here, chin's going to look over the right shoulder, so away from the bottom hand. Just take 10 seconds here. Three, two, one, and heads come back to the middle. Gently back up to the top. I'm just going to do the other side. So I'm going to go left ear to left shoulder. Good, then reach my right hand down away and turn the palm up to the ceiling. Good, so keep that reach through the hand, and then my chin is going to drop over the left side as if I'm trying to look behind me. A few more seconds, going to have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently back to the middle. Good, and just roll your shoulders back a little bit. Do any last little mini shake-offs or stretch that you need to. Good, and we can relax. Well done, thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed that and hopefully found it helpful. And I will see you next time.